Hello. Hello, I'm live, I'm born, I'm free! We're gonna get started in just about a minute. This should be the last Ape Escape, I said that last time. But I think I'm right this time. And then we should be going to Kingdom Hearts after this. Not today, but next week we'll start Kingdom Hearts. Streams will be a little bit longer with that game, because that game is long as hell. Unless I change my mind, I just randomly pull out a different game, because I can do that. I can do that at any time. Can't stop me. I don't know if I'll do anything tomorrow. I keep saying I'm going to try and do a stream Friday, and then I'm just too tired. So, I don't know, maybe, maybe not, probably not. But we'll see. Anyway, let me get the guys, call them up, and start up the video game. Well, start the video game first. Run disk. Okay. Also, let me turn off the image. Yeah. And where is the... Where are they? Where are... There they are.
Sony Computer Entertainment.
Hello.
Hello.
It has begun, yet again. Hopefully the last one.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all! It's the only way to get the true ending.
It's fine, we can use that slogan because Pokemon's not allowed to use it, hasn't been allowed to use it for years.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's why they don't use it anymore. They were told not to.
Huh.
Because it basically encouraged kids to bother their parents to buy things, which I think is a bit hypocritical because that's every toy commercial ever. That's every, piece of merchandising media, but, you know.
Yeah. Considering how many things always say collect them all.
But yeah, Pokemon was specifically told you can't use that as your tagline anymore.
Yeah, it is
Especially after
bizarre.
it might also have been related to the fact that in the transition to Switch stuff, or in the transition to some of the generations, you
Hey,
can't
69%,
physically
nice.
catch them all.
Anyway, go
69. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
69%. Complete.
Oh, right.
Have you
I'm
tried
not looking at the
checking
thing
out
yet.
shops from sometimes new?
Anyway.
But yeah, I also think it's because after a certain point when you start having games where you physically cannot catch them all. Yeah. So that's
True,
why
considering
Pokemon...
you need to either buy both versions or get someone to give you the Pokemon.
Well, I mean, trading was never a problem, but it's like when you've got things like Sword and Shield where a lot of Pokemon are not in the base game.
Oh. Yeah, because they just did not have a lot of Pokemon in the game.
Yeah.
Let's see, can I break this boss fight with the with Gotcha Man?
I mean, the answer is yes. The answer is always yes. Oh, so
Actually, I don't think this is working.
Impossible. I will occasionally just mute myself to not have me coughing in mic all the time because I have been pretty sick this week.
Fair enough.
So. Oh. I was hoping Saber would be on time for once.
That's a lie, he's never on time.
I said I was hoping because I thought he'd want to talk about Rebirth, and I want to talk with someone who's played Rebirth. Nobody I know has played it, so. Or nobody I have bothered to message and go, hey, have you played Rebirth? Or people I know who have PS5. Really, it's just my one friend Sam, who I don't really want to ask his opinion on because I'm sure it will be incorrect.
Oh yeah, that's the wrong opinion, Sam.
I'm sure he'll be like, Sephiroth did nothing wrong. And I'll be like, god damn it. Or tell him Genesis was actually the greatest introduction to the mythos.
Who the that's a lie, nobody says that.
Yeah, but I also would have thought nobody would ever say Jurassic Park was a bad movie. Especially without seeing it, and yet here we are.
You know, that's a good point.
Well, I love Sam, but it's one of
I
those
would give the
things where
benefit if they're like, man, I prefer the novel or something like that.
you know when you have like that one friend who you know just spouts bullshit. Well, not that I say Sam is a liar, but it's that case of you have that one friend who is a liar, or will always like overhype whatever thing related to them, and you just kind of smile and nod like, but in your mind you're like, you're fucking full of shit. But I can't be asked with I can't be asked with the fallout of calling on your bullshit, so I'm just gonna smile and nod and pretend that I believe you. Kind of like that with his wrong opinions.
Yeah, Cyber Ace did make the I couldn't really hit her with the Cyber Ace in the first stage of the fight, because she would just teleport away, but the second stage I was able just to start shooting her with a Cyber Ace.
So you had to use it as your like last second power up.
My final form.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now Pink's caught. Can't unleash everybody again if you're in the fucking net, Mint.
So much
Got,
for Monkey Pink. That makes a nice end to her career, too.
Oh, hey, big news though. Slay the Spire 2 got announced.
I still haven't played Slay the Spire
Yay.
1.
Oh, you'd like it, I think. It's one of those games where I definitely think it's good for like if you have a Steam Deck or you have a Switch.
At some point I'll get a Steam Deck. Steam Deck.
So I think it's just one of it's like Sonic Mania where I think yeah you can play it on like on your computer or like your console, but I think it's better as like that kind of handheld game you can play on the go.
I will say there are some decent Mania mods. A lot of them aren't compatible with each other because the way Mania is coded. Because I have an Amy mod that I use that replaces Mighty with Amy.
Poor Mighty.
Well, maybe he should have better gameplay.
I mean, it's not his fault he's shit.
Yes, you know what? No, it is.
Hey, I'm sure
you should
he'll
delete
be-
yourself
hey, look.
now.
Maybe when he's in Sonic 6 or whatever number we'll get up to.
I'm just
Oh,
saying
no,
he
I
wasn't
just
in
kn-
Mania in Superstars. No one cares about Mighty. No one ever cared about Mighty. Mighty isn't fun to play.
What's the squirrel's name? I forget his name.
Ray.
No.
He's fun to play.
What was about that like dingo guy with the gun? He seemed cool. Why can't we play as him?
Fang the Sniper. He's one of the antagonists.
Oh yeah, because we've never had a Sonic game where we could play as the bad guy.
I'm just saying he's one of the antagonists. They haven't done that with him yet. That's all I'm saying.
Looks over at Knuckles.
To be fair, Knuckles is also playable in the game he was introduced.
I mean, he was if you attach the thing.
Or if you played the two-player mode.
If you Frankenstein your game cartridges together.
Or you played the two-player mode, because he was always playable in the two-player mode.
Ah.
You play it the way God intended. Locked on.
Oh.
It was the way God intended for it to be played.
Well,
I mean, the story of that
Yes.
is still kind of fascinating, that it was made because of a fucking toy deal where they had to get the damn thing out right then. So they split the game into two and made a whole, like, specific piece of tech just for it.
yeah, there's always lots of like those really weird kind of stories. Like, oh, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, it's probably going to happen a decent amount. Sorry. But yeah, I'm hoping that's why I was hoping Saber would be on time, because it would be easier to disguise, because I'd just get him to talk for a bit.
Damn shame he's dead. Or late.
Yeah.
Dead in
Oh,
late.
that reminds me. How was your earthquake?
You know what's funny? I was driving to the food store. I didn't feel it.
I mean, I was mostly being sarcastic because I did kind of think
It wasn't really much of anything here.
Well, yeah, that's my point. I did think it was a bit kind of obnoxious for everyone to be like, "Oh my god, it shook for like 20." It was a very mild shake in New York for 20 seconds, and nobody was hurt at all.
To be fair, people.
Meanwhile, in Taiwan,
if it makes you feel better, people in Jersey were just joking about it. Like, there were like people posting stuff like a lawn chair falling over, and it's like, don't worry, guys, New Jersey will rebuild.
Just more the fact that, as I said, it was everyone was making a big deal like, oh my god, an earthquake in New York. What a slightly, slightly uncommon thing.
Yeah, no, it's pretty uncommon.
But it's not like beyond the realms of possibility. It's not.
There was one other one like about, I'd say maybe 10 years ago in my area.
It's not like an earthquake on the moon. That'd be impressive.
It would be. I think they would call that a moonquake, actually.
But yeah, as I said, and then it happened in the same week that Taiwan had a massive earthquake.
Like an actual fucking...
So you have all these scenes of devastation, all this, like hundreds of people are injured.
Oh crap, my lawn gnome fell over.
Meanwhile, America's losing its mind because, oh my god, New York shook.
I'm shooketh.
Well, at least. Yeah, well. But, yeah, also, hey, did you enjoy your solar eclipse?
My area wasn't really visible, so not really.
Do you engage in some kind of world-ending prophecy, as we always do on the end at the eclipse or planetary alignments? You know the score. We've all been there.
No, I don't really subscribe to that kind of nonsense.
Just no fun.
Yeah, sorry. Also, I don't think the Earth is flat.
I mean, it's not. It's a rectangle, obviously.
It works like Pac-Man rules. You just appear on the other side. Waka waka.
Yeah.
Shit, they actually fucking think. Like, bro, how do you fucking... How do you... Well, that's a monkey.
I mean, scientifically speaking, a donut-shaped planet is entirely plausible.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want to live on a donut planet.
So does Homer Simpson.
You almost did. You almost did.
He also had a donut head once.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I'm so tasty. Don't worry, boys. It's gonna come out sometime.
But at least got to kill Zombie Flanders.
Dad, you just killed Zombie Flanders.
He's a zombie?
It's like my favorite fucking gag. It was a zombie?
Good. I know you've ever seen it. I mean, I've never watched the actual episode, but I have seen basically all of the important clips posted on YouTube.
It's a good episode.
But there's this episode of a show called LA Law, where, I mean, as I said, I've never watched the show itself, but I've seen the clips of this episode. But basically, this law firm gets hired by a guy who wants to sue a park who fired him from playing Homer Simpson, like a mascot character. But the gag is, it's Dan Castellaneta.
Oh, I've seen that. I seen the clip of that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Which I think is, yeah, that's just amazing. Also, I didn't know this, but apparently Adam West did a fucking in character as Batman, like, PSA for traffic laws for Britain in the 60s.
Huh.
I only heard about it today, and I was like...
Are you talking about the animated thing where then Joker gets hit by a car?
No, it was live action.
Huh!
I might show it to you later.
Yeah, I did not know about this.
Because I only found out and I was like, huh. Neat. I'll be sure to keep this in mind. And I never did. I mean, I clearly did, because I only found out about like a couple of hours before we started doing this. I think it helps that it is apparently quite rare, so... I mean, it's in black and white, so...
Yeah, that's old as fuck then.
Well, it's 60s, but of course in Britain, colour televisions were not like not impossible to find, but they were pretty
Very uncommon.
Yeah, until like the 70s, or late 60s, early 70s.
Fair enough.
So a lot of programs weren't made in this country with colour in mind because not enough people had it.
So there wasn't really a point then to like upgrade your equipment to color.
Yeah.
Especially with how much it would have cost back then too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like why, like, whenever there's, like, those weird gimmick TV things, like, whenever they try to bring 3D television around, it ends up dying, because who the fuck's gonna spend all that money on a TV that does a wacky gimmick that most people are gonna get annoyed with? And some of them aren't even gonna use.
Hey, you had a 3DS, right?
Yeah.
How often did you use the 3D slider?
Very rarely. I think one of the few games that I used it on was, like, Mario 3D World for depth perception, and that was it. A lot of times I would just turn it off because it's like, this is a waste of battery power and I don't really care about the gimmick.
I would occasionally slide it on to see what it was like, and I'd be like, oh.
Oh yeah,
it's not worth it, and then I'd slide it back off.
Yeah, like I do that from time to time, but otherwise not really much of anything.
It's just like, basically, me, I was that Gravity Falls member. Wow, this is completely worthless.
Yeah. I was like, this is a cute gimmick, anyway.
Oh no, anyway.
It's one of my favorite fucking gags. Oh no! Anyway.
You know what's really funny? I actually saw a Dacia Sandero just the other day. Which is what he was saying. Yeah. And I saw it and I was like, huh. Really did take the market by storm. And I thought it was just a joke.
Rip in peace, I guess.
More for me, I guess. But yeah, it's been kind of a slow week. I've had other stuff going on that I don't want to talk about on stream.
That's fair.
I'll talk to you about it off stream, but beyond that, yes, Slay the Spire 2 has been like a big highlight of my week. I love that first game. I love the first game, and I even like from the descriptions, like me and my friends play a mod version that lets you do co-op, sort of. And I'm kind of hoping that will be a trend that continues into the actual game. But also, it's going to be it's not built on Java, so it'll be easier for people to mod.
It'll probably run better too.
Oh, I guess there's Slay the Spire runs fine.
Yeah, but it'll run better.
Pretty simple game. Yeah. But, what else was I gonna say? Alright, the, Fallout TV show came out. Anyway.
I know apparently it retcons, New Vegas. Do you think Todd's butthurt about New Vegas? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he hates it. We knew this.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Fallout. Fallout. I mean, didn't Fallout 76 already confirm that when they never gave you any of the Fallout New Vegas gear, but they gave you stuff that was legally distinct and tried to claim it was, its own thing?
I'll be back.
Probably. I don't remember, but I wouldn't be
surprised. I vaguely remember that being a thing.
It would not be shocked at all. Like,
you're not getting the You don't get the messenger. You don't get the suits related to the messenger. You got suits related to the courier, whatever his name is. I can't remember. I'm sick.
The courier is like the title name for the main character of Vegas. Yeah. Every one of them has like a title.
They should have been called the messenger, so he wouldn't get shot. I'm just saying.
Maybe that'll be the next one.
Maybe. But Chandler Bing won't be there to shoot him. Anyway.
I see. The game was rigged from the beginning.
As you do. But yeah, I'm not going to watch it because all of these video game shows do not appeal to me.
Yeah. I usually don't care. Like, whenever they announce them, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You're interesting. I don't care.
Well, the fact that most of the time it's for stuff that I don't really give a shit about anyway, like
Even with stuff I give a
Halo.
shit, I'm just like, it's not gonna be something I'm gonna enjoy. It's not gonna be good.
But therein lies part of
And
the
it's
problem.
not like, say, like when it's something like Resident Evil, like the CG movies, which are fucking, you know, so insane that I love them.
I mean, I think like stuff that's made by like the production staff of like the actual game.
I mean, usually animated stuff is usually a little better anyway.
It's done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The animated stuff is more or less usually done by the people who made like the games,
or like people that are in,
or
that
they have a creative hand in it.
Or and if
Like,
not, usually the people that, for whatever reason, usually the people working on animated versions usually the ones who at least like it more or give a shit about it.
Live action TV shows are the ones where they'll go
We're
into
better!
all of these. Well, they'll go into all of these interviews and be like, "No, we love the original. We talked to all of these creators, and it's like, oh
And
yeah,
then we
you
said
sure
that they
did
can go
talk to
fuck
them by
themselves.
you sure did talk to them by chaining their metaphorical children to radiators."
What's the Grapist doing there?
You know what he's doing there. It's Hollywood, Dan.
You're right.
Got him. Oh,
I have nothing
controversial.
to add,
I
you're
called
right.
out- Yeah, the controversial. I called out Hollywood for aiding and abetting horrible, horrible people for decades.
Centuries, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood's been around a long time. We can say centuries.
Just the 1 century, actually.
But isn't that enough?
You'd think so, and yet.
Here we are. Listen,
okay, 'cause-
we had to let them touch all of those children. And, you
And
know,
the women, too.
the women and the children.
We had to let them touch them. And not just the men either, but the women and the children, too. They were like animals, so I touched them like animals.
Oh yeah, there's also, I guess, a new Star Wars game by Ubisoft anyway, I don't care. It's Ubisoft. I'm not buying Ubisoft games.
Star Wars is dead.
I don't care how good your game is. Ubisoft said that I should get used to not owning their games, so you know what? They're correct. I will get used to not owning their games.
God, I hope Ross Scott's thing goes through.
Ross Scott's.
Oh, did you not know about that?
No.
Okay, so
I don't
the
even know
guy
Ross
who
Scott,
runs...
who's Ross Scott?
So Accursed Farms, this is what he's also known
Oh,
by
I forgot
the
his
Freeman's
fucking name.
Mind guy. Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, I know about this, well, go ahead, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so he is basically trying to organise a campaign that's specifically targeting Ubisoft, although it's more just because they're the most recent and biggest.
They're the ones who opened their
one to-
fucking loud mouths and said, you should get used to this.
Oh, I think he was going from before they said that, because they said they said that in relation to some of the stuff for the crew. But it's more the fact that the crew had a total of 12 million players, or a height of 12 million players.
That's a lot of
So-
people.
Yeah, hence why it's actually probably the best one to go for. And also because Ubisoft is based in France, and France actually has really strong consumer or pro-consumer laws.
Are you saying
anyway,
America doesn't? I'm joking, I know it doesn't.
I mean, you can. I'm pretty sure you watched the same video where he basically gets really depressed and says, "Yeah, America's fucked,"
And he's right!
or at least in terms of that. Probably fucked in other ways, but anyway. So yeah, basically the plan is to organise a mass call out of people who, like, if you have the crew, complain to Ubisoft, and when Ubisoft doesn't respond, then go and complain to the France consumerism organization. I don't remember the name. So if you want more information, look it up. It'd be pretty easy to find if you just Google Ross Scott and the crew.
Hell, even just watch the video. It's a really good video.
Well, I mean, that would be the first thing that pops up in
yeah,
the video.
like in general, like even just watch it. Like even if you can do the other thing without doing it, like watch the video. It's a really good video, and it'll also help push it up in the algorithm too, because the algorithm is a fucking monster.
Yeah. So yeah, basically the idea is that because a lot of stuff related to video games and licenses versus services is actually untested in a lot of courts of law, and it's pretty anti-consumer.
Oh yeah.
And even in America, it's only because of one ruling from, I want to say 96, which was more related to software than software than in relation to video games, but it gets retroactively applied.
Especially our laws tend to be very slow when it comes to technology. A lot of the people who are in the fucking Senate and shit, or in Congress, are like people who are like, man, the cotton gin is a really unique and interesting piece of technology. This is so innovative.
I like that you think that they aren't scared by the cotton gin.
I didn't say that. I didn't say none of them were scared of the cotton gin. Did I? If I did, actually correct me because I was mistaken. I'm sorry. To be fair, they might call it. I mean, they probably think that cameras will steal their souls.
Probably. But yeah, so the basic idea is it'll be a multifaceted attack on multiple countries, because a lot of countries like UK and Australia and Canada have rules that have extra stipulations that have not stipulations, but they have extra layers, because we have a rule where if petitions get a certain amount of signatures, or official petitions submitted through government websites get a certain amount of signatures.
Oh, petitions actually do something over there. That's weird.
Sort of. But if they get a certain amount of signatures, they have to be debated in Parliament.
That's more than here.
Yeah. So, and it's the same in pretty much most other Commonwealth countries. So, applies to Australia, Canada, some other countries that I'm not thinking of because I'm sick. But yeah, and it's, a pretty important thing. If Ross can actually pull it off,
it would be really good. I really hope it succeeds.
Because like he points out, it's not like it actually costs them anything significant to make games playable after support is dropped.
Like, I mean, like, what was it? The Dragon Ball, MMO, not Xenoverse, like the actual one, has been running by fans for a couple of decades now, I think. Undisturbed. To be fair to Toei, it's the one thing they haven't bothered. And everyone, Dragon Ball fans are aware that it's still around. It's not like it's a secret.
Probably because it's the one thing that people in Japan really also enjoy, and I don't want to piss them off.
Probably.
In the West, we can go fuck ourselves if we want to enjoy things like DPC Abridged or whatever.
Fucking Baka Gaijin?
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it could actually be very important, and what he's suggesting is, I don't know, hard to say how likely it is to happen, because you never know how certain
I will root
countries
for it. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I'm gonna keep rooting for it.
I keep checking to see if I can sign the petition for the UK government one, but it needs to wait approval. But then the trade-off is, once it's approved, they have 6 months to sign. So I'll keep an eye out, because I do wanna stop this practice of you don't own shit, and we can take away what you paid for at the drop of a hat.
Because I usually describe it as imagine when I got my car a couple years ago, if the fucking dealership just showed up tomorrow and said, "We're taking this back! Bye!" It's literally the same thing.
I guess I could actually just point out the website, which has the easy to remember title of Stop Killing Games.
It is pretty easy to remember.
I'll actually go and see if I can. Nope, still can't sign the petition yet.
But yeah, unfortunately, he is right. In America, we're just fucked. Corporations own our ass. The government's a fucking pretend clown show.
It's the weirdest thing because actually, no other industry I think gets nearly the kind of blanket or carte blanche to just do whatever the fuck it wants in terms of consumer rights as video games have gotten.
Yeah.
Like, they've weirdly just been allowed to get away with some real diabolical practices. I mean, and, you know, for anyone who's like, well, just because if you get France or Germany or Britain or any of these countries to change, it won't, you know, change things in America. Yeah, it will, because that's why loot boxes got banned.
Yeah, loot boxes got banned because of that shit. Loot boxes are dead because of this.
It got banned in, I think, Poland. I think it was Poland who did it originally. But the problem is that if you, because it's actually quite an elegant solution. Because like once you're basically told, okay, well if you want to sell your product in this market,
yeah, it's why when it's why when they buckled on the fucking merger, I was mad because I was like, yeah, they say that they're not actually gonna pull out of that market. They shouldn't have buckled. They won't actually do it. You play a game of chicken with them. You win, because they want to make money.
Basically. But yeah, so the idea is that once you basically have to pay in order to follow those rules anyway, then there's no reason not to just do it for everywhere else, because it's actually probably more expensive to make two separate versions of the game, one that is theoretically infinite, one that is finite by design.
Yeah, I mean that's why they stopped doing it, is because it would have been way more expensive to do that shit.
Actually, it's not even. That's the stupid thing. It's not even that expensive to adjust the game to, or adjust online only games to go into offline modes.
Yeah, they don't want to spend that money though. Any dollar they spend is too much.
Especially since, like, you know, long before we got to where we are now, a lot of games were just hosted by players, you know.
Yeah, the game
servers were not. Yeah,
like
game servers were hosted. Oh, sorry.
So like some games would have like servers run by the company, but then there would be a ton of like user ones. Like for example, TF2 has like Valve servers, but then you have like a ton of you and I could make a fucking TF2 server today by buying a server thing, or like something to make a server essentially, and then hosting it ourselves. Yeah. And it would just be there. And like, you can play TF2, like, when Valve eventually pulls the plug on those servers, because they will, you can still play it. TF2 will still be playable.
That is just awesome.
And it's like, yeah, because this was a practice that was, you know, a thing for years, like I said. Even long before the days of things like TF2, like way back in the 90s.
Oh yeah. Like the
games
original, like,
were hosted.
Battlefront, Tribes, all that shit. Quake.
This is all stuff that was
Unreal.
hosted locally.
Yeah. Hell, Halo. Halo's scene was
Yeah.
started from people just doing LAN parties. Hello, Sabo.
Hey, Sabo.
We're talking
Oh,
about
he's
the
dead.
oh yeah, he's dead. Sabo was killed.
The earthquake got him.
No. A lawn gnome fell on him and he died.
Hey, that slight shaking was the worst shaking we've had in ever.
Since 10 years ago.
This is 10 years ago, where it also rattled the house for like a minute.
You know what's funny?
That's a big deal over here.
Meanwhile, Taiwan's getting fucked, and we're like, oh god. You know what's funny? When that hit, I was going food shopping. I was driving my car, so I literally did not feel it.
Yeah, I only felt the second one.
I didn't even get the second one.
Oh no, I was at home when the second one hit, so I felt that.
Oh no, I was at home when that one hit, and I'm like, I don't feel shit.
Oh no, I felt it up here. I was closer to the fault than you are, I guess. But yeah, the first one I got a call like, oh my god, did you feel the earthquake? And I'm like, no, I'm on the highway.
It's like, no, it wasn't barely anything. Why do you care? Oh no, the lawn gnome
most
fell!
This is the most important earthquake news of this week.
Look,
Again,
it's important because it happened around New York, and New York is the most important place in the universe.
shit, you're right, I'm
Meanwhile,
sorry.
it's Taiwan. I had a friend, like my female friend has a friend in New York, and apparently it was all she was talking about that day. I was like, really?
I like
Nothing
mentioned-
else in
I was apparently.
nothing else in the world was more important to talk about than a mild shaking of New York.
Fuck,
Fuck me.
I think the shit I took that day was more important.
Even I remember I was reading Twitter and it was like New York earthquake, and people were like, screw you, New York, that's our earthquake. People from New Jersey, like, New York's taking everything from us. That was our earthquake, damn it.
Actually no, Jersey was more jokes like, taking pictures of, like, falling over lawn chairs and going, we will rebuild. But then again, maybe that was more
Honestly.
South Jersey, making those jokes.
Honestly, it's probably
No, everyone up here was like, oh my god, an earthquake? Oh,
Oh, South Jersey was just laughing and just being like, oh no,
Yeah.
they're lawn gnomes.
they're like
I always remember.
something happened.
I just remember, and this is something that a Scottish comedian said, so it's okay for me to repeat it because I'm only repeat. But he basically described Glasgow trying to gentrify itself as making it just look like if a nuclear bomb had hit Paris.
Listen, listen, it's fine, because I saw, there's a, you ever watch, like Lothario stuff?
Yeah.
I saw, like, was it Lucy, who, like, one day, Lucy, who's Scottish, was like, I'm not really feeling good today, and someone just responded to her, like, oh, did you go to Glasgow? And then she just fucking laughed! Is that why? Is that why you got a migraine? Did you go to Glasgow?
Depends which part of Scotland she's from.
And
Like,
either way, she's
you know,
kind of funny.
Everyone likes to make or point out the joke, or reference the joke of, damn Scots that didn't ruin Scotland. Some Scottish people do kind of genuinely feel like that. It is, a lot of it is played up for comedy, but
I know
It's
one
not comedy.
Scottish comedians like some parts of Scotland are all in black and white because color hasn't been invented yet. I'm not talking about television. I'm talking about life.
To be fair, it's kind of like New Jerseyans, honestly. I say we could attest to this. It's like, goddamn New Jerseyans, they ruined New Jersey! Man, this New Jersey sure can't take response. You just made an enemy for life!
I mean, we usually have more specific people to blame about the ruination of New Jersey than just New Jerseyans in general.
You mean like the
Yeah,
raids
but-
New York would do during the fucking colonial era?
Yeah, New York,
Yeah, New York would literally raid New Jersey, like
New York,
raid.
mob.
why? It's
Farming
a pointless
for-
fucking raid.
For farming
You
shit,
just
because they wanted food.
you just raid New Jersey and what? You just get more shit.
There's a lot of farms still in Jersey.
I was
but
gonna
it's
say it was
primarily for
all
that.
mostly just farmland back then, so it was
Yeah.
just farmers stealing farming stuff from other farmers.
They're stealing food, crops, farming
Should have done
equipment.
what we did.
Killed them.
Yeah, basically. Or have all the farmers unite and form a new model army to overthrow the king. That also worked.
There was no king.
I mean, there was no king for us briefly, and then they decided to have another war to put him back on, and then another war to get him back off, and they're like, "Fuck this, let's just kill him and get a new king with blackjack and hookers."
It sounds like France.
No, France just killed their one king, and then was like, "That's it, no more. We're done with having kings. So we're done with having mad desperate tyrants, right?"
They didn't
And
say
the guy
that.
was like, "Yes. Anyway, here's the new invention of the guillotine. Bring me everyone I don't like, so I might chop their head off."
Yeah, basically, they're like, no, we decided the king was a good place to start, but there's still a lot of other people.
Chop, chop, chop,
Yeah.
chop. And then he died too from it, funny enough.
Yeah.
I didn't know they would chop off
Anyway.
my head!
And anyway, then
It's literally the Thanos thing.
yeah, and then a funny guy by the you might have heard of him. Not very well known. Guy called Napoleon, I believe. Anyway,
Who the fuck is that?
I don't really know, but I saw a movie, and there's a few pieces
Ah!
of history.
I might get
here.
caught by the net!
Oh, what's happening?
No!
Mm.
Not gonna catch me! I'm not gonna become content! Got him! I didn't get caught! No content for you!
Damn. Shame. But you know, I watched a movie, and I think he shot at a pyramid.
with a bazooka, actually.
Yeah, that's a lie. I didn't watch the movie.
Why would you watch the movie? Like, come on, we
I
all know.
didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
we
didn't.
know you would. We know you didn't. Who the fuck's gonna watch that movie?
It's a Ridley Scott movie made after, you know.
Well after his prime.
Yeah. So anyway, Saber, how's Rebirth going?
I actually haven't started it yet.
Damn.
I decided I didn't want to start it until I'm going to have time to just sit down and play it for several hours straight,
Damn.
which has not happened yet.
Damn.
So instead, I've just been playing the original in little spurts.
Oh yeah, how far are you?
I just got to Fort Condor, and I decided I'm also going to attempt to get every Fort Condor battle, despite the insanity of trying such an endeavor.
What version are you playing?
I'm playing the Steam version with some enhancement mods.
Oh, I was gonna say, then you should at least have the ability to turn off random encounters.
I do.
For basic, I only used it for the one segment where it's like, yeah, you have to play as Cloud on his own, run back to Fort Condor in a segment of the game where, unless you really fucking overgrind,
Yeah.
you're probably not like high enough level to just walk through.
And I've been grinding limp breaks in the forest nearby because there's like
Easiest
5
place
of
to
them.
do it.
Oh yeah, there's like a group of 5 of those weed things that will die in one casting of Matcha Magic.
Did you beat the mid? Did you? And I'm guessing you beat the snake.
Not only did I beat him, I got beta off of him.
Yeah,
Which
you
took-
got beat
which
off.
No, beta. Yes, the snake. Yeah, well, yes, actually, I was beaten off by the snake several times. He hit me. He hit Cloud with his tail, and he went off into the distance, out of the battle.
I mean,
That counts, right?
I mean, did you see the way that snake crawled around the shaft when you got near to the mine?
I did, yes. Yes,
You guys might
Sephiroth
know
crawled
Christian
Sephiroth
stream.
crawled the snake around the shaft and then impaled its mighty head.
Damn. I thought this was a Christian stream.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII's got some Christian elements, sort of. Kinda. More like a weird mishmash of Christian and Nordic, but you know.
You know, it's the usual Japanese thing. Of,
Skyrim belongs to the Nords!
Japanese thing of like, hey, crosses and angels, that's Christian, right? What about the
I mean-
who cares?
To be fair, one of the primary villains is called Genova.
Yes, that is true.
That is
And you are
basically
here to
like-
witness them! I'm very funny.
I mean,
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the first Nova fight yet. I spent 2 hours fighting that damn snake.
Getting beat
I
off by the
didn't-
snake.
I'm guessing you didn't just do the whole poison it and fucking camp.
Oh, killing it was easy. The problem was learning the enemy skill off it, which basically requires you to poison it, camp, make sure the guy he knocks out of the battle is not the guy that has the one enemy skill material you have, and then have fire elemental on your armor so you can survive it, and then hope you can heal up before he kills you in his next attack, because you know you'll be basically down to almost nothing HP. And pulling that off took several tries, because either the poison would kill him before he cast the skill, or he cast the skill and then kill Barrett before like I could heal him up, and then the battle would end because everyone was either dead or kicked out.
Rest in pep.
Also, that's one thing Rebirth did kind of trick me when I started my replay, because I kept for some reason, after playing Rebirth, where Red 13's like whole playstyle was based around him being a tank, I just instinctively was like, oh, Red 13 is a tank. I just completely forgot that he's not really, he's quite squishy.
He's not.
So I decided I would use him as my enemy skill farm character. So
Now I use Barrett
couple-
because I don't
he's
know.
big.
Yeah, I was like, well, you look like you're pretty tough. You know, I was watching Sea Dog VA, who was like a big streamer slash guy, his playthrough. He decided that the best use for Kate Sith was to just give him like 8 cover materials, so he had a 100% cover chance, and then just have him intercept every hit. I'm like, that's a useful use for him. Someone's actually enjoying using Kate Sith. What a shock.
I mean, realistically, if you want to actually enjoy playing Kate Sith, you're better off. He's actually got good magic, is the annoying part.
Yeah.
But the problem is that he has bad physical, and because basically anyone can have good magic, it's not like a huge deal.
Yeah.
But he is technically, after certain points in the game, you know, when Aerith dies, he is the best magic user.
Yeah. I remember when that scene happened, he was like, why did Big Cat Chungus jump in the way of that stab? You're slipping, Kate Sith.
He was busy.
He was busy standing there.
Menacingly.
No, just standing there dancing.
You arguably get maybe the saddest thing if Kate Sith is in your party when you fight Genova life.
Oh yeah, he dances and then he just walks away sad.
And he's like, oh.
He's like, oh, she's not getting up.
Yeah.
And then Vincent's just like, yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, I knew her for like 2 minutes.
Sorry guys, yes.
Look, I'm not even supposed to. Look, I'm barely coded to be here.
He's like, yeah, people die. You want to hear about my tragic past?
And Sid's like, I only just got here. What did I miss?
At least Sid's like, oh, she's gone. She went to heaven.
I mean, I'll say this: Rebirth at least changes a few things so that Sid at least has reasons to give a shit.
Yeah, they introduce him early.
Yeah. And also,
they introduced him in Gongaga because they didn't do Rocket Town, I heard.
No, they don't do Rocket Town. So I assume to make it more fleshed out area to reboot to do in 3, and
I assume it's just because in the original you go to Rocket Town for 5 minutes to get Sid and then don't go back until the second disc, and they're like, well, we can just introduce Sid somewhere else, rather than render in AAA development an entire town for the purpose of going there for 5 minutes to pick up one guy who's not even going to be playable in this version anyway.
And a boat, get a boat.
That is true. Yeah, but it's not like they open up a world map for you to ride the boat around in Rebirth.
I'm not saying anything, man.
I mean, I have seen something of them actually driving the boat around, which means I assume there's some kind of mechanic that is kind of like that. But I doubt you can like just drive around. And I know you can't go to Wutai and do the quest there.
Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Yeah, okay then.
Well, I'm gonna say you can't do the Yuffie subquest. If you can, please tell me otherwise. But I'm pretty sure that you can't just drive to Wutai and do the Materia Thief subquest, right?
No, you can't do Wutai.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So Wutai and Rocket Town are not in the game.
No, they gotta save something for the 3rd installment.
Yeah, because otherwise all you've got is what, Icicle Inn and Medeal.
Yeah.
Who cares about Medeal?
I mean, Medeal gets destroyed in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like just enough time to like get one materia from a chocobo and steal the guy's ether.
It's weird to hear you say Wutai without it being FUCKING WuTai!
No. I think.
I just wait until disc 2, and then that side quest is basically a joke.
Red really thinks his own farts don't stink.
Yeah, I still did it on disc 1 because my cloud was super overleveled at that point. So.
I mean, I'm probably gonna do it because I want like Leviathan and all this stuff ahead of time. But I'm like, the first time, because you can actually do that when Cloud is out of the party.
Yeah.
You can do it when Tifa or Sid is leading, which is funny because if you do it with Sid, nobody knows he doesn't know who Corneo is, and Corneo doesn't know who he is. So they're just like, who are you? I don't know. Who are you? What are you doing here? But at that point, at that point you can just land the High Wind right next to Wutai, so you don't have to walk to it, and then you can run right in. And the boss fight against the Raps with no materia, he goes down in like one physical attack at that point because you're of the level difference. So that's the most painless time to do it. Assuming you want to hold off on the stuff you can get there until then.
I wonder if they'll. I wonder if when they do like the huge materia stuff, if they'll like split the party, so it's like these people are going to do these ones are going to go and do like Mount Coral, and these ones are going to go and do Fort Condor, and presumably, oh god, the submarine chase.
Well, that's that...
It's not even a bad mini. It's not even like. Here's the thing. It's not like it's a hard mini game. Like, I won it by accident because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
No, you just hit the torpedo. Like, it starts you so close to the submarine that you just spam the torpedo button and you'll win in like 2 seconds. Which is originally in the original version, when all of the mini games were harder because they hadn't really play tested it outside of the Japanese audience. That game was actually nigh impossible because it started you far away from the sub. So unless you knew what you were doing, it was probably going to get away. So they just fixed it by popping you up right next to the submarine. So all you need to do is shoot a bunch of times and you win.
Remember the Sunken Galinka, or whatever it's pronounced, being a lot longer than it actually is.
Yeah, what they just
it's like 3 rooms.
Yeah, it's 3 rooms of like monsters. Yeah, considering how they just kind of hand out equipment like sequentially, I feel like it's not going to be like, hey, you want to go to this optional place to get some stuff? They'll just be like, hey, all of the weapons are on a treasure chest right where you can get them.
I mean, considering how much they'll kind of still need like environments and set pieces for the 3rd game, considering how big Rebirth is, I wouldn't be surprised if Sunken Galinka is just also made mandatory.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everything is mandatory because like they're not going to render it and then have people not use it. I said that's the one thing when I'm playing through Remake, I'm like, there's a lot of sequences here that like you can run through in 2 minutes in the original game that they're just like you're going to look at every pixel, damn it. We're even going to make you slow walk so you look at all the work we put into this game.
Yeah, there's not as much slow walking in Rebirth, thankfully.
Yeah, because there's probably a lot more to do. Yeah, they're not trying to stretch out it and Cloud and Aerith walk 2 screens to wall market into an entire chapter's worth of content.
Yeah, wow.
God, I hate that in games though. The slow walk shit that pisses me off.
You're going to walk slow, and you're going to look at all of the stuff going on, and you're going to enjoy it because damn it.
You're gonna walk slow, you're gonna like it, you fucker.
The stuff's expensive.
Yeah, basically, it's like this game is expensive to make and expensive to buy, so we had to pad it out.
Look, we needed to spend. Look, you know that we needed to waste time before you left Midgar. We know we needed to waste time before we left Midgar, so let's just all accept that you're gonna have to waste some time before you leave Midgar. Hope you like Roche though.
Don't.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't even hate him. I was just like, this is the guy they heavily advertised. He was in the game like for 2 minutes.
He's in Rebirth a lot more.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. I'm like, I heard basically everybody shows up in Rebirth. They're like all of these one-off characters.
Yes,
that were heavily based on one character, like one random NPC in the original. They're here too because
even like the integrate people.
Oh yeah, those guys.
They also show up, except for Sonon, because
he's dead.
Yeah, he got killed by Nero. It was Nero, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's Nero. Because Weiss is the super boss.
From Ruby?
No, from Dead
I'm
Cerberus.
No, Ruby is Ogre.
It is Ogre.
Yeah, it's dead.
It is dead.
I mean, they bought Rooster Teeth's podcast. Some company bought Rooster Teeth's podcasts. They're not. Nobody bought Ruby.
It's all over now.
People are basically like Ruby on its. Ruby being created as like on a free fun internet thing. Like you're not going to get any profit out of the amount of work you need to put into it now.
I mean,
so many,
you
so
would
many,
just.
so many people have been like, yeah, we're not paying for Ruby. It was free for so long. Why should we pay for it?
I mean, you would get a return. You just need to actually, not bother with the show. Just fucking merchandise that shit.
I mean,
Or
they
just-
are. Trust me, they are. They're
Do it
still
more.
putting out merch.
Harder, faster.
Harder, faster, faster, harder.
I
That's
mean,
what
or
she
just
said.
burn it all to the ground and start again.
That's not
That's another thing. They're like, who's gonna want to buy a franchise and restart the story when many of the popular characters are already dead?
Netflix.
Gee, right.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna fall for that again.
That's funny.
Yeah, I
You
think
think
they will.
Netflix learns?
I think they
shit.
will.
This part is basically a recreation of the barrels from Ape Escape 1, but better.
Barrels of Monkeys.
You remember the part.
Yeah, and the sewer, right?
Yeah, yeah. They like a section that's like a recreation of it, but better. So I gotta give Ape Escape 3 some flowers for that. Like, damn.
Good job, Monkey.
Good job. You saved me. Why? Monkey.
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 Ape. With his old pal and ape named Ape.
Ah,
Yeah.
George.
Yeah, you didn't expect that fucking reference, did you?
No, but I did get it. It took me a second, but I got it.
Watch out for that tree.
Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that. Oh, tree! Never forget Weird Al made a song for it.
That is like him. Did he make it, or was it one of those cases of someone being like, hey, Weird Al, you made this random song and we're gonna add it to our movie? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
It
I
was
don't
never in
care.
the movie.
Because, I know that's the case with, Dare to Be Stupid and Transformers. Where even though it's like now a cult thing, at the time he was like, yeah, whatever, you can pay me money to just play my song, I don't care.
Yeah, he didn't know it. He's like, I didn't watch the movie or really know anything about Transformers. They just came in, they're like, hey, can we use your song in the movie? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, that's cool.
And then he was Wreck-Gar.
Yeah, and then like Transformers fans became Weird Al fans, and he like actually looked into it, and he's like, oh, okay, this actually is pretty funny. And then they decided, why don't we just make you Wreck-Gar? Which is funny because originally in animated Wreck-Gar was just supposed to be Eric Idle again.
Yeah, I think you made the correct choice.
And someone's
I
like, why don't we just actually get Weird Al?
It's way more fun. You gave high fives.
He did.
So,
I am Wreck-Gar! I dare to be stupid! He said the line, Bart.
he did say the line.
He said the
I
line.
don't. He also said the universal greeting.
It's true. Oh, wheat, ground, wheat, minibong.
I love that they made it canon that Lugnut's attack was called the Punch of Kill Everything. To the point that it is actually the name of a weapon in the one of the War for Cybertron games.
Good. How the fuck do I get into this fucking ship? Because there's a monkey in there, and I can't find the entrance.
Here's a question for you, Sabo. Since there's always like, oh, he's muted himself. Whoops.
F!
I guess I have no question for him.
Seriously, how the fuck do I get in there? Monkey down there, tell me
Monkey
how to
fuck.
get in.
Monkey costume room.
There's a monkey costume room somewheres around here, but it's like procking around here is like, it's like giving me the whoop, but I think it's actually... Hold on, let me kill this fucking thing so it stops bothering me. So I can look proper. Just die. Die. Thank you. Anyway. Like, I think there's a monkey costume room. Wait, where'd the banana go? Oh, it disappeared.
Back.
Yes, I'm back.
So here's a question for you, Sabo, because like most JRPGs usually have like the one boss who has a intentional cheese strat, like, you know, undead bosses where you just use a phoenix down to kill them.
Yeah.
Do you just always like go, all right, well, phoenix down, game over, or do you sometimes go, no, I want to beat you on your terms, just to show you up,
To prove a point.
Yeah.
just to send a message.
Just so you know you ain't shit.
Well, that one boss in 7 is like, either you waste an elixir on him or you use the Phoenix Downs, which don't work. So I'm just gonna kill you conventionally.
Good old Gene attack.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a monkey room this way. Hey.
So yeah, it depends what I'm feeling like those days. Unless trying to kill it the cheese strat way is more trouble than it's worth.
I am so baffled right now. I genuinely have no fucking idea what to do.
Well, they finally made a monkey out of him.
Like, I'm going to look up a guide mode at this point, because I'm trying to fucking figure this shit out.
They finally made a monkey out of him.
He hates every APCs from Chimpanzee to Chimpanzee.
Okay, I know the monkey room's in there now, because of where the hot and cold thing's giving me. So it's in that same room where this monkey is laying, but I don't know how to get into the room where the monkey is laying!
Yeah, out of context, that sounds a bit questionable. Yeah, I'm getting hot and cold vibes up in this room where the monkey's laying.
Jesus Christ, the fuck am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
You know what, I'm gonna fucking real quick, I'm gonna pull out my phone.
He's gonna do it. Cheating live on stream.
Yes! And I'm gonna feel like the
Fair.
biggest fucking idiot when I see how to get into that monkey room.
Well, you did change your name to Dumblet, so
Yeah, I wanted it to be accurate.
It's just on brand.
I wanted it to be accurate.
But yeah, I know there are some gimmicks that are technically doable, but also obnoxious. Because I think the final boss of 13 is susceptible to death, but like it's got such a low % chance to actually work.
Plus it's 13. Do people actually like 13 now?
I don't know if it's ever really changed. I think it's
Does
still more of
nostalgia
like...
change things? I hated 13. I couldn't even get 2 hours into it. I'm like, this is boring.
That's the thing. 13 was always like a lot more split down the middle than you would think. It's just there are equal. Feels like there were always equal amount of people who loved and hated it. So I don't think it's a case of that. I think it's more the case of the people who openly hated it have more of other things to openly hate, and people who did like it are now like, yeah, looking back, I really did like. Here's a game I liked in the past because modern stuff makes me miserable. Oh, so that's my phone. I'm gonna I'm gonna mute that real quick. Anyway. Alright, but yeah, I'm not sure if there are any other strategies that are like insanely hard to pull off. Versus, you know, just Well, I mean, not counting things like Yojimbo in 10. Where if you can just grind it out, you can beat everyone. Hello?
Yeah.
Did I die? Oh, okay. Everyone was so quiet. I mean, I guess Dan's looking.
Yeah,
at...
I was looking at the thing.
He's looking at what he needs to do.
Okay, so there's a way to open up a hatch.
I'm just browsing the Ruby board, seeing if there's any that they have any hope today, or if I can continue gloating.
You'll
They
gloat
have no
anyway.
No, I mean, yeah, but they have no hope today, so.
They finally ran out.
Days without hope.
No, because there's people that are like, we'll keep believing for the rest of our lives. Ruby will one day make a comeback.
I mean,
These people must be broken.
worse shows have had random revitalization like 20 years later, to be fair.
No, that's true.
Think of how many fucking Masters of the Universe revitalizations
Yeah, but
we've had.
they specifically want the show to like pick up exactly where it left off, in the same, made by the same people with the same art style and the same
Oh, I mean,
production crew. I'm like, that's never happening.
No,
oh,
and
yeah.
they really shouldn't when you think about it.
Yeah, this one guy's like, I know the conditions were screwed, and Rooster Teeth is a bad company, but I don't care, man. I just want my guilty pleasure show.
I mean, why not just have your Get Loot Pleasure show, but have it, you know, animated in at least a slightly more fair environment? And let's be honest, a better to animate with environment. Yeah, the art style might change, but who cares? Who gives a shit? If you're just watching it for the story, then just, you know, accept the change in look and just get what you want. Or just you know, I'm surprised that whoever is the head writer isn't just gonna do like Neil Gaiman, where when Good Omens Season 2 concluded, he basically said, look, if Season 3 doesn't get renewed, if we don't get renewed for a third season, I'll write a fucking book that just tells you what would happen.
It's because they don't know what would happen because they didn't make it up yet.
Yeah. Also, they don't own the franchise now. Warner Brothers does. I mean, I suppose you could go online and just be like, hey, this is what we were gonna do, but it's not happening now. Sorry.
Yeah, just do the Half-Life 3 thing.
There we go. I found the button. I didn't find it via the thing, but when I saw someone doing like a thing where they were doing the last bit in 30 seconds, it showed me the thing open on the back, and it kind of clued me in on what I was supposed to do to open it up. Don't you try to take my net? Oh no! No, 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 no content, no content, no content, no content! I'm not getting contented! Got him! No content for you! I will not be contented in this entire playthrough! That is my vow! No content! Oh, I still don't have my net. That's a problem. Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go grab my net from the other room. Alright, let's try this again, but this time I'm just going to capture all of you. It's Gotcha Man!
Gotcha Man.
Oh, he can actually
I am really.
dodge that, huh? Got him. All the monkeys.
Is that the last one?
No.
Oh.
There are two more areas, but there's not that many in those. The stages are bigger, but none of them are 8 Escape 2 big.
Really impressive performance there.
Probably could get it done today. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can, because it's just 2 and then an Inspector, and that's it.
Then, you know, we'll be all prepared for...
You have been
That actually is a point. I will probably have to go and look up and be reminded of how, like, that opening bit works, because... That's the one thing I do think is a little fucked about that game.
Oh, the weird, like,
obviously.
quiz to set your difficulty?
it's not even just like because it's not even just like set difficulty because it's like so many ways that you can unintentionally fuck yourself over.
I think I did
know.
actually as a kid, because I think I essentially picked all the stuff that made the game fucking difficult.
Yeah. Because it's like dictates how quick you are to gain levels. How like what particular skill tree, which of like the 3 preset skill trees you'll learn from, and what order you'll learn certain skills in. Because yeah, there are some fights where not having guard is a pain in the ass.
I remember I had guard fairly early.
I must have picked. Then you didn't pick the hardest one, because the hardest one I think is to go.
I think I forgore magic when I did it when I was a kid, because I was like, I don't know, magic you. I want to hit things with a stick.
Yeah, you always pick shield, forgo sword. Because I think that gets you guard quick. And magic is pretty important, and physical damage you make up for real quick.
Yeah, I probably forgore magic and took shield is what I probably did.
So my first playthrough, it was you gain levels slow at the start,
I think I had that.
I picked sword and forwent the shield, which basically meant I didn't get guard until real late game,
Damn.
which made fighting evil Riku really fucking hard.
I was underleveled for Riku. I remember that. I was stuck on Riku for a while.
Well, Riku's a really fucking hard boss. Like, for the point where you fight him in the game. Like...
Yeah, like you only just got guard. I had guard, but I was like underleveled. And I was stuck too. Like I couldn't like go back.
He fights in a way that like no other boss fights before him really fights. Because he's a lot faster. He has a lot more powerful AoEs. Also, you don't have companions, which, as annoying and useless as they can be,
they still
random
do things.
Random healing from Donald can help.
Random healing from Donald, like the 5 damage that Goofy might do here and there, will also help.
Well, Goofy can also draw aggro.
Yeah, draw aggro, get some damage.
That's technically what he's actually supposed to do.
How can you see into my eyes? I should on the side start playing Kingdom Hearts 3 because I've never played through it. I have it, I just haven't played through it.
It's interesting. Once again, it has a lot of elements to like, and then an equal amount of elements to not like. For every Toy Story world, there's a Frozen world.
What's that? You want to have fun and interact with the characters? Fuck off.
You can interact with Snowbro.
Yeah, but it's not quite what everyone wanted.
It's not.
Even though Snowbro is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, at least Sora almost cucks Finn.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
You know what? Big Hero 6 world is cool. Because it's basically them being like, wait, you're a real hero for real? Can you teach us how to be heroes? Because we all kind of suck.
We just have gimmicks.
I mean... Which, I mean, to be fair, well, you know, Big Hero 6's whole thing is that they learn to be heroes. Sora has saved the universe like 3 times now.
The multiverse, actually.
Nice. Well,
when you think about it.
I work on the basis that like the worlds are more like more akin to planets in a galaxy than different universes overlapping, because all the worlds were one at one point before the Keyblade War shattered everything.
For the Keyblade.
Yeah. Before the Dark Times, before the Empire.
Before the darkest darkness.
Darkness within darkness.
Darkness within darkness awaits you.
Darkness.
Oh, wait, that'll be a fun when we get to Ansem, we get the Cum Guardian.
Dark friendship. Friendship dark.
Come Guardian!
Cum Guardian.
The final come. It'll devolve into us just repeatedly saying, like, parrying him every time he goes, "Come Guardian!"
I mean, it's that, or the one that also sticks in my mind is them screaming, "Submit!"
Submit! Submit! Come Guardian! Submit!
That is pretty much how the fight actually goes. He spams those two voice lines a lot.
Submit! Submit! Come Guardian!
No worse, because I'm pretty sure Submit is the voice line tied to, like, the Cub Guardian's punch slam down. And he chains that move a lot.
Submit! Come Guardian!
So he does it like 3 times in a row. He'll tell you to submit.
To a literal child.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel better, that's right. Actually, I probably shouldn't say what we know about the Cub Guardian, should I?
Come?
Because he doesn't play 3. Remember that reveal, Sabo?
Ah, yes, I remember that.
The Cub Guardian was not just a ha-ha funny joke.
It was also somehow foreshadowed long ago and nobody caught it.
Because it wasn't foreshadowed, it was retconned.
No.
When was it foreshadowed?
It was foreshadowed in Birth by Sleep.
You might have to tell me about that later.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't recall that, and it's been a while since I've replayed Birth by Sleep. I, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. Why are you lying?
What do you mean?
Why are you lying, Xehanort?
Why are you lying? Why are you always lying?
Who is he actually trying to convince that he is Ansem?
Me.
Because all of his like apprentices know that that's not Ansem, that's Xehanort. You know, because we helped him, you know, overthrow Ansem. And you know, I feel like most of the residents of Hollow Bastion don't seem to remember shit anyway.
Well, you see,
until Tron like saves all of their memories. So Tron's important.
Somehow.
And you know what? I really like Tron World.
Tron was fun.
Helps that it's actually Tron. Act wasn't busy since, you know, Babylon 5 had ended. He was like, yeah, sure, I'll be Tron.
Yeah, that was the strangest, like, at the time Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, Tron was like this weird movie from the 80s that nobody remembered.
I'll say it, Kingdom Hearts 2 probably is one of the main reasons Tron got revived.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is.
100%.
Same with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Alright, now the good thing is, I think the next level is literally just a monkey room and then we're done. Because I think there's only 4 left in that level, and monkey rooms always have 4.
Impressive performance there.
I guess that is the other benefit, the huge benefit of Kingdom Hearts, is because it's obviously we just talk about the fucking movies of the world we're playing in. Is it should be easy to stay on topic. Not that we will, but you know.
Yep, there's only 4 left in that level.
I mean, we have to get into our usual things.
You know,
We'll have new things.
all of our really funny jokes.
We'll have the whole new things.
Like the wizard.
I wasn't going to reference any of those.
When
Just
are we
gonna find new
when are we
jokes.
gonna see the wizard in Kingdom Hearts?
I mean,
We need him to
Never.
whiz all over the Keyblade.
when are we going to see Sad Dad? When are we going to see Sad Dad Wizard at Con?
Sad Dad, Sora.
So that one won't happen because in Japan, once you become too old, nobody cares.
You're old now, Sora. We don't care anymore. You're not going to go for the Keyblade anymore, Sora.
But I'm 16.
That's ancient. You should have a wife and kids now.
No, I noticed they seem to be think somebody's slowly bumping that age up since more and more people in Japan are not getting married when they're supposed to.
Well,
I mean, look at Reen.
yeah, well.
Who cares about Reed?
To be fair, we kind of already
Reen is like 22 and still like portrayed as a handsome and youthful and popular guy, and not, you know, some old grizzled military veteran.
To be fair, they've always Trails has always been weird in who it will portray as old and who it will portray as young. Because it's like they try and play off that Agate's kind of quite old and he's only like 20. And then, you know, and then when he shows up, and he is actually, you know, relatively old, he just says, yeah, I don't know, Agate's weird.
Yeah,
I
but
don't like
Kevin
talking
was
about
like
Agate.
Kevin was like 23 and also acting like that around Agate, and I'm like, why? Kevin, you're older than he is. Why are you getting involved in that?
That's what I mean. There's just some characters they treat as older than they actually are. It's weird. Then some characters they downplay the age. Not counting obvious ones like Roselia, because, you know, haha, she's secretly 1,000. And some are just the same age no matter what, like Million.
Yeah.
Except when she died.
Except when she had no life.
Then she had a growth spurt because she became a sword.
Yeah.
You know, as you do. You know, we've all been there. You just became a sword.
Makes sense in context.
It became Xenoverse.
No.
Xenoblade.
I mean, Xenoblade actually argue makes even less sense because it's like, oh yeah, so when I made the space station in order to remake reality, the control computer split into 3 different servers. 2 of which would then go on to become the origin of Blades, and then the other one would be retcon to be that one guy from the first Xenoblade.
Just awesome.
My wife is a sword, and so is my other wife, and my other wife.
I found out where Spectre is.
Living the dream,
Looks
Ms.
like
Rex.
not all of Space Station Sadu 3 was destroyed. Spectre
My wives are all swords!
Is this the last
You know what?
time we'll
Forget
have to
that.
face him?
Xenogears, man. It's time.
I don't know why I did Shulk voice.
Bring it back.
I can't do Rex voice.
Forget this Xenoblade stuff. Let's go back to the giant robots.
There's giant robots in Blade.
Not giant robot-y enough.
I mean, there's Metalface in Xenoblade 1.
Yes, but he's just a guy.
And then you have, like, the fight between Bionis and Mechonis, and Mechonis is basically a mech.
It's not the same.
Hey look, you get XG1 in World of Final Fantasy, and you'll like it.
Damn.
But that was like several years ago. I need something else.
Yeah,
not
well,
just like the occasional merch. Come on, Square.
look, let's
with
be
it.
fair. You're probably not going to get Xenoblade for a long time because the only other sort of like non-FF properties that Square is going to fuck around with that are like JRPGs are going to be like Dragon Quest and maybe Chrono Trigger because you know Toriyama.
Chrono Trigger. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm expecting a resurgence in Chrono Trigger soon because, you know,
Just as you see,
Toriyama.
I give
Yeah.
up. You've beaten me. I am surrendering.
So
Alright
I think
then.
you've got a while to wait
Well,
before
come
they
on,
might even
come on.
consider Xenogears.
Arrest me. Take me in.
Well, okay then.
Huh? Hang on a second.
Who knows? Maybe like the next Final, maybe like Final Fantasy 17 will be about mechs.
I got you. I got you.
I don't have much
So
hope on
how
that,
does it feel to be captured
considering how Final
yourself?
Fantasy 16 turned out.
I like the Spectre
Tricked you.
actually I lied
Oh,
fucking
come
signs in the
on
background.
now.
It's really good.
It's called strategy. Strategy.
I mean,
Didn't I tell you that
He's a
I'm much
supervillain.
smarter than
Yeah.
before?
Psych, I lied.
Oh, I do love comebacks.
When I told you I would kill you last, I lied.
I lied.
Where's Sully? I let him go.
Poor Sully.
I mean, technically he did.
I like how I cycle through like two
Sully
other,
kind of deserved it.
like I cycle through two other Sullys in my brain before I got to the right one. Oh, that's the point. When you play 3, you actually get to see Sully's best moment.
Oh yes.
Mike Wazowski!
I mean, Mike Wazowski is there. Does the game ever replicate the Mike's face always getting covered up gag? I forget.
No, I don't think so.
Damn. But, yeah, Sully does get maybe his greatest moment ever. Much like how Woody gets his best moment ever.
Oh, I'm dead.
He's like you're just lonely because you have no friends and no one wants to play with you.
The orc member which is the orc member you fight in Pirates of the Caribbean world? Is it Luxord again?
Yeah, it sucks again.
Damn it. The challenge is it? Do you know the rules? Fucking Luxord. I remember the hard mode, or like, you know, critical mode or whatever. The fight with Luxord is like, you cannot fuck up once.
Oh, well, I got Spectre.
Hooray.
They carried over the damage from before I died. That's a generous fucking checkpoint. That was generous. Maybe a little too generous.
I know. Oops, forgot something.
The ultimate you didn't win moment.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Oh,
I mean, it's kind of
look at this picture of all the characters. Who's Jimmy? Who's Spike?
All of the characters. Meanwhile, like, world's saddest violin music plays as we see Spike and...
Jimmy walk off into the sunset, trying to hijack.
Yeah, I keep trying to not call him Kakeru. And Hikaru.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
Ape Escape.
there will never be another Ape Escape game. It's
We'll
like
never
a
have
joke
to deal with...
depresses me.
We'll never have to deal with sad dad Spike.
One of our most cursed bits.
We've said more cursed things, but... I don't know, I
I
think
mean, last
that
week we
might
were
be...
pretty cursed.
To be fair, I think you could just say put sad dad in front of any character and it's cursed.
Alright, time for Sad Dad Sonic the Hedgehog!
Tell me that's not cursed. Isn't that just basically Uncle Chuck?
Even he's not that sad.
Kinda sad.
He's a robot.
Partially robot.
Isn't it basically... You know what? Isn't that basically James Marsden in the new movies?
Who?
The human guy... name of the actor who plays the human guy who he's friends with in the movie.
Nobody cares.
I remember...
him.
I
Also,
mean,
he's not even a
only
sad
care-
dad, to be fair. He's just a guy.
I only care because I was deeply terrified that he would get cucked by Sonic.
Which would have been really funny.
It just would have been fucking weird that, like, of all the things I've seen him in, like, every time it's him getting cucked by someone. Apart from that corp show thing he did. But yeah, it happened in X-Men.
Ex-chicken.
Happened.
Did he really get cucked in
Happened.
X-Men?
I mean... Sort of. I mean, he gets murdered and then Jean, like, has it off with Wolverine.
Yeah, but she also went evil and also died.
Yeah, but she's still, you know...
Jean going evil and dying? That must be Tuesday.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to be alive to be cucked, don't you?
I mean, in X-Men, probably not.
True.
Alright, well, Spectre is gone. Why don't I eyeball... Well, I can't play all of Metal Gear in a short period of time. I know that's actually a fairly long one.
Nah, so we can save it for like a
Another time.
bonus.
We'll go and do that another time.
Now you know how you need to end this, right?
How?
You need to go and become content.
Fine.
Watch him spend an hour trying to become content.
I'll be back.
Hope not.
Fine, we'll show it off. Wait, do I gotta hit a different button so the monkeys respawn? Yeah, I do. Okay, let me go back to the fucking... Let me escape. Leave stage, yes. I'll hit the proper button and then I'll aggro a monkey, switch to my net, and get contented. Ah.
Send him straight to Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever preferred
Actually,
social
hold-
media for contenting people is these days.
Bless you. Time attack, that should do it. That'll definitely respawn them. Not that it matters, I'm going to fucking, let myself get nabbed anyway. I just gotta hit them and annoy them and then switch to my net. Alright, be annoyed.
Annoyed.
Come on! Steal my net!
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Hurt me! You know what, maybe you're just too weak. I'll go for another monkey. You got yellow pants too? I'm going to ignore you. Actually, hold on, let me hit you once, see what you do.
I think you just keep hitting them, they eventually lose their shit.
It takes less time with other monkeys. Let's try these monkeys. Eh. There we go! He's mad. But he lost his shit and then he calmed the fuck down.
Pussy.
What the hell? You see this? He keeps calming the fuck down. Take my net, damn it! You know what? Let's go to a later level. Let's go to, like, mid-game.
For some reason, this is just reminding me of a quote from the movie Dog Soldiers, which is about British Special Forces fighting werewolves in the Scottish Highland. But it does include the line of a character who's about to die, say, I hope I give you the shit, you fucking wimp.
That's a good line, though.
And also, when they're all preparing lines of the tune of, that means if you see Red Riding Hood with a bazooka, chin the bitch. So, Dog Soldier's gonna be good. I should rewatch it.
God damn it, I did it. I probably hit the special button to make the monkey spawn. God damn it.
Also, at Dog Soldier's a part where one of the actors got actually fucking punched in the face. And, you know, he still played it perfectly. Helps he was actually drunk as well, because he was basically playing a character who's disemboweled. And so as part of, like, his process, he decided to be slightly tipsy. So it would, make his movements more, like, sluggish and weird.
Makes sense to me.
Hey, it worked.
Alright.
Good.
Let's see, will this monkey go for my, my stuff? Oh, yeah! He's getting the net! Alright, get me! Catch me, you simple... There we go! He did it.
We did it. We became content.
We became content.
It's time to leave.
As far as I'm concerned, though, I still win because it never happened organically. I had to make it happen. And I don't even get the
That's
dialogue
fine.
of her joking about it. Because the game's over.
It's fine. We got what we needed. It's time to leave.
Mission accomplished.
Did it really, though?
Boss, you killed a child. Amazing. Mission complete.